Yo, what's poppin'? It's your boy, Coach Scubar of the Jellicent Jams here with Week 5 of the Beast Ball Dynasty Draft League. Season 1, we crossed the halfway point. We are halfway there with the regular season. That is so exciting. 4-0 undefeated going up against Coach Ninelimez and the Detroit Drapions, who I'm going to say this now, I think they have the hardest schedule this season. Looking at how many tough opponents Ninelimez you got to play against, you have one of the hardest, if not the hardest, strength of schedules this season. The Detroit Drapions are rocking a team of Kyogre, Archaludon, Zapdos, Sceptile, Urshifu Rapid Strike, Smeargle, Raichu, Barraskewda, Salazzle, and Vivillon. This week, it's the Battle of the Urshifus. I've got the Urshifu Single Strike, which you can see I brought here, and Coach Ninelimez did bring the Urshifu Rapid Strike, with as well the Kyogre, the Archaludon, the Smeargle, the Raichu, and the Zapdos. These are the 6 I predicted. Coach Ninelimez updated his team after this, and I think we'll go into that at the end of the match. You can see this week we're rocking Lunala, Urshifu, Ursaluna, Diancie, Blastoise, and Meganium. So it's a safety goggles Urshifu because I'm scared of the Spore from Smeargle. That's purely why I don't want Smeargle shut me down with Spore. Otherwise, I've got enough Spore answers everywhere else. Covert Cloak for these fake outs because between the Smeargle and Raichu. But you can see what I cooked up this week. You can say Scubar. Is that a choice scarf Meganium? Why, yes, you observant viewer. That is a choice scarf Meganium. Welcome to the first time this week, Legalized Ranch. And you're about to see why it's a choice scarf here as we get into game 1. Good luck, have fun to my opponent, Coach Ninelimez of the Detroit Drapions, as he brings out Kyogre, Zapdos versus my lead of Blastoise and Meganium. So if you notice the thing here, it's 2 starters they have out on the field. And the starters in the Generation 5, they got these unique moves that work in combination with these mothers called the Pledge moves. And I've always wanted to run Pledge. And that's purely why I picked up Meganium in this draft league, was for Pledge. And I was just so excited that I immediately pulled the trigger on it, but it goes to waste into the Protect. How Pledge works, for those who don't know, is the first Mon uses their speed to attack first with Pledge, and then it calls the other Mon to attack immediately right after with their Pledge move. So you get the speed of the first Mon plus the strength of the second Mon. And it's the when grass and water are used together, you get the grass type move. So it would have been a Life Orb Blastoise using grass Pledge into a Kyogre, and the combined base power is also 150. So unfortunately, I don't get it off. You see 9 lines. It's just a great turn 1 Protect. I should have expected that, and I should have gone for the Fake Out because you can see that's why I'm Life Orb and not Choice Specs, is so I can go for Fake Out. And the Zapdos just gets a 1-hit KO into my Meganium with the Hurricane, 100% accurate in the range. So the hype's died down a little bit, and I'm like, alright. I'm like, damn, if we can get Pledge off. No, we're on the comeback now, so I really just don't want to be taking the Water type move, and I don't want Zapdos breaking my Shadow Shield beforehand for it too, so I reveal the Terra Grass here. They use Thunderbolt and Water Spout, which takes out my Blastoise, but that's fine. What's important here is I got the Trick Room up, and I was like, that's all that matters. It's like, if I can get the Trick Room up, barring, some well-played Protects and everything, I was like, I think I can sweep with these 2 here, because you can see the Lunala. It's not my favorite set to run, but I am running the Power Herb set this week because I thought it did really good into the Zapdos, which you can see here, as well as a lot of his other frailer mons, the Raichu, the Smeargle, the Vivillon if he brought it. And then also it just allows me a way to strengthen up Lunala while still getting that offensive pressure. I could even Moon Meteor beamed into Kyogres just to get a good chunk of damage off. And then, again, besides Smeargle, he doesn't have any dark types or any other normal types, so I just would have swept with Moongeist Beam. Get the Protect off here with Ursaluna to get my Flame Orb off, because I don't think a Facade or high horsepower. I didn't want to lower myself with high horsepower, lower my defenses, and I don't think Facade would have gotten the 1-hit KO onto Kyogre. But they go for the Protect too, which is perfect here. And then as calced, yes, the Meteor Beam gets the 1-hit KO into Zapdos. So that's awesome. So I'm like, okay, you know, so we're starting to, like, here comes the comeback. We're starting this up now. And because they also get the burn off, so now Ursaluna is ready to go. And I've still got, what, 3 more turns of Trick Room? The +1 Terragrass Lunala and an Ursaluna. So out comes the Arcaludon. And I'm like, alright, I like my setup here now. Because you can also see then my 4th move on Lunala this week is the Wide Guard for, you know, what Kyogre does best with those Water Spouts, with those Torsion Pulses. And the high horsepower into the Duraludon looks tempting here, but they haven't Terra'd yet. Exactly. So you can see they Terra here, and in the past, well, not in the past, Arcaludons love to run Terra Flying because you're immune to the ground and you resist the fighting, the only 2 types you're weak to. You know, so, and then the Flying and Rock types you want to hit with Steel, so. I don't target the Arcaludon with Ursaluna, but instead I targeted the Kyogre who just protected. And I was like, as long as this Kyogre doesn't Terra Ghost and it's not Focus Sash, this Facade's a 1-hit KO. Which it was, absolutely. I get the Moongeist Beam off into the Arcaludon. Definitely revealing its AV here, but it's a good amount still. And the +1 Body Press does not take out Ursaluna, which, yeah, I love you. Like, Ursaluna, you are so tanky. You just deal so much damage. So now I've gotten it back to a 2v2, and I've still got 2 turns left to Trick Room here. So I'm like, alright, this is doable here. And he's only got 1 turn left to Rain. So, unless it was the Weather Rock, but I'm like, alright, I'm scared of the Aqua Jet coming out into the because the I'm like, let's see, like the Aqua Jet comes out into Ursaluna, and then you Body Press my Lunala. So I'm like, so the Urshifu needs to go, and I'm like, this Moongeist Beam will K it out if it's not Sash. So I'm like, you know, this is how I have to go. They don't reveal the Aqua Jet here, so I could have attacked the Ursaluna, and we reveal that it's not Sash, most likely Mystic Water. So the Moongeist Beam +1 picks up the 1-hit KO into the Urshifu, and the Body Press went into the Protect, which is wonderful. Could not have asked for anything else that turn. Maybe revealing the Aqua Jet, but not revealing the Aqua Jet is also just as important, because it reveals maybe they don't have it. Anyways, under the last turn of Trick Room, if it's an AV Arcaludon, it's not going to protect, so I just get the Facade off into the Terra Flying, which picks it up, and we take game 1 in a Lunala Ursaluna Trick Room sweep comeback 2-0. So I'm like, alright, I'm just sitting here, and I'm like, I didn't get the pledge off, and I'm like, I was honestly really bummed about that, because in a different league, I've been whooped by a Sceptile and Empoleon pledge team before, where it was a Choice Specs and Empoleon with the Unburdened Sceptile, or just even fast Sceptile. So I'm sitting here and I'm just thinking how that game went, and how I'm thinking about the fake out. I'm like, turn 1, if I fake out when the Kyogre protects, I'm like, it's fine if the Grassy Pledge goes off into the Protect, that's not a big deal. But I was like, but then I can still set up with the Grass Pledge and the Water Pledge next turn. So I'm sitting here and I'm like, do I run it back? Diancie this week, you can see, is Covert Cloak for the fake out, Trick Room, Diamond Storm, Body Press, and Sandstorm. Sandstorm was my tech this week. I needed Body Press to be able to hit Duraludon in a way. I originally had Skill Swap to try and Skill Swap away Clear Body and the Stamina boost, but in the end I just wanted to make sure I had a way to remove Rain if I needed it, so I decided to go Sandstorm. And then Urshifu is Wicked Blow, Close Combat, Sucker Punch, and Detect. So, otherwise, but I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'm like, we're going to run it back here, and I didn't reveal the Fake Out here, so I have that power. I'm like, if I revealed the Fake Out turn 1, they would have known about it. They could prep differently. Maybe attack with the Kyogre instead. So getting into game 2 here. Good luck, have fun. He reveals a little bit of a change in Archaludon Kyogre versus the starter duo back out for me, the Choice Scarf Meganium, with Knockoff and Giga Drain, and then Heal Pulse as my other moves. So I'm like, alright, we're going to reveal the Fake Out here now. And I was like, into the Archaludon, because the Kyogre is probably going to protect. Especially knowing that I want to Grass Pledge again. Or they're just seeing what other moves I'm gonna do. And I was like, but you know what, it's fine. I'm like, this is fine if it does. I'm like, fine if it doesn't. Like, I can just trade, nothing happening turn 1 here. Wasting a turn of Rain. That's exactly what happens. The Kyogre goes for the Protect. And I get the Fake Out off into the Archaludon. At Choice Scarf, I've got enough EVs in Meganium to be 186. So, you can see the Grass Pledge goes off into the Protect, which is expected. So at 186, I outspeed everything on his team. I don't think I outsped like the Salazzle, but he didn't bring the Salazzle this week, so I outspeed the Raichu, which is awesome. And I'm like, all right, he just protected. I'm like, so now if he doesn't want to die to this here, he's got a Terra. He doesn't Terra. And I'm sitting here excited as you see the Grass Pledge and the Water Pledge in the combined. Base 150 power, Life Orb, 252 Modest Blastoise, using Grass Pledge into Kyogre, 1-hit KOs, and we get the Swamp out. Get out of me, Swamp! Oh, I was so excited. I am so excited that I got that pledge off. 1-hit KO with the Kyogre. The Archaludon's going to go for the Electroshock here into my Blastoise, but you know what? That's fine. I will take that trade because I've gotten the speed control now. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know what the Swamp does, the Swamp quarters all of your opponent's speed. Like, whether they're touching or not, flying, levitate, all their speed are not halved. It is quartered. So that allowed me to speed EV this team in a way where I can either go Trick Room or I can go Swamp, and I will still be the fastest thing on the field. That being said, I make the oops here and I go for Trick Room, forgetting that that's what Swamp does and that I already have my speed control up. And I'm like, the Smeargle, I'm like, I just want to start, I'm like, it's probably Focus Sash, I'm like, I can probably 2-hit KO it with Grass Pledge. So that's why I actually stay in with Meganium here as I go for the Trick Room. And I was like, oh, and then I'll just switch out Meganium. But Coach Ninelimez actually saves me from my mistake by going for the Imprison, which imprisons my Trick Room. As they go for the Draco Meteor into my Lunala, breaking my Shadow Shield. He gets the speed boost with the Moody, but that's fine. I don't like Moody, but of course he gets the speed boost. But it doesn't matter because, like I said, he's quartered. Again, yeah, he's got Trick Room, so I can't do that now. And then I was like, alright, I'm like, if I can't Trick Room, I am like, this is where I'm like, oh wait, I still have the speed advantage though. I'm like, so... You know, no, I was to say, I Grass Pledge into the Smeargle to pick up the KO here. And I just move, and I'll say, do I Moongeist Beam? Oh no, I switch out into Ursaluna. That's right, start getting ready for Ursaluna to come in now. But yeah, so the Swamp is such cool speed control, because yeah, you can see, I mean, also with the Choice Scarf, that helps as well. The Moody boost didn't matter though, as the Grass Pledge picks up the KO on the Smeargle, and I eat the Body Press with, I eat the +1 Body Press with Ursaluna, which hurts, But you see, she's still a tank. She's still got that bulk. So now I'm just like, all right. I'm like, I want to get Lunala in here now because I want to be able to change my move on my Meganium based on whatever I need to. Because I'm like, because the Urshifu is probably going to Terra here away out of its grass type weakness. And I was like, I was like, as long as it just doesn't go for Terra Ghost, though, I was like, again, I want to see if this Archaludon will Terra into Terra Flying. And because I've got the Swamp up, which my opponent forgot, Coach Ninelimez, he's messaging me here. He's like, he thought he had the speed control here because he didn't, like, he forgot the Swamp was up as well. And so he was so shocked when my bear outsped his bear, when Ursaluna gets the one-hit KO with the Facade. Archaludon gets the return KO with the Body Press. I'm like, that's fine. That's why I wanted to switch out Meganium, because I didn't want Meganium to be locked into here, especially Archaludon with locked into Grass Pledge. And you can see that was my last turn of Swamp. I lose the Swamp here, but that doesn't matter. The damage is already done. And I'm just like, alright, like, I haven't used my Meteor Beam yet, so let's get my Meteor Beam off. And this is such a cool attack. I was like, I originally had another offensive move here, but I was just looking at the set, and I was like, you know what? And I was like, no, I was like, the same thing as the Blastoise Life do. I want to run Heal Pulse, which is awesome, because I Choice Scarf Heal Pulse my Lunala back to full HP, so I get my Shadow Shield off, and I'm now, Meganium is now a threat. By being a Heal Pulse bot, you have to target my Archaludon, otherwise you will never break through you have to target Meganium with Archaludon, because you will never break through Shadow Shield Lunala. And so I love, I'm so proud of this tech and everything, because it made Meganium a threat. You see, because that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to spam Heal Pulses here. I'm now back to full HP. My Shadow Shield is restored again, and you can see, yeah, he's got to target Meganium now, as I'm just free to get +1 Dice Beams. I know you're Terra Flying, so it doesn't matter, and yeah, like another one picks up the KO. And it doesn't matter, like, because you can't KO my Archaludon, or you can't KO my Lunala. So if you get the Heal Pulse, that's fine. I'm definitely not Heal Pulsing the Archaludon. Body Press, I mean, I guess, yeah, it just wouldn't have mattered. Yeah, you had to get rid of my Meganium, because otherwise I just would have kept Heal Pulsing myself. But then the final Moongeist Beam comes out here from Lunala. Pick up the KO onto Archaludon. In a closer game, and an ending 1-0, we take the set 2-0 versus Ninelimez to continue the undefeated streak and go 5-0 in our Dynasty season here. So, GG's to Coach Ninelimez and the Detroit Drapions. Next week we're going against a newcomer in the league, Coach Common of the Seattle Scissors, with Giratina, Thundurus Incarnate, Lamora, Clawitzer, Farigiraf, Ogerpon, Tealmask, Probopass, Morgrem, Sneasler, Cinderace, and Honchkrow. So we'll catch you guys then for week 6. Coach Scubar and the Jellicent Jams, over and out.